number 4 is actually be authentic and make yourself vulnerable. So he says, I've touched upon this point already, but I want to hammer it home because it's at the very core of any functioning and fulfilling relationship. I spent some time among pickup artists and forums, a community whose goal is seduction and sexual success with women. Meeting and betting tons of women sounds nice to any man, so I tried tons of strategies, tactics, tips, pickup lines, and anything remotely related. To be honest, there's a lot of great material out there that works, if your definition of working is to get to know or seduce a number of women. However, most of it focuses on outer game, your work on your appearance, communication, and perceived status. These are superficial, and while you'll bang more women, they usually aren't the ones you really want to be with. To find a woman who's a great match for you and likes you for who you are, you have to be your authentic self. And to be authentic, you have to know what you want and make yourself vulnerable. Know your goals, needs, and wants, and don't be ashamed to communicate them. If you want casual sex, own it. If you're looking for a serious relationship, own it. And if you've been hurt in the past and have trust issues that make it hard for you to connect, own it. Don't overshare, but know what you want, stick to it, and be authentic when the time comes. But what if she thinks I'm not right for her and leaves? That's the point, buddy. I like that. Here's a little bonus tip to practice vulnerability. Text her the day after you had sex. Yes, you make yourself vulnerable because you're the first one texting, but it will earn you tons of brownie points with her. And quite frankly, it's the right thing to do. Having sex with a guy is a big investment for women. Once it happens, the relationship dynamic changes and she, for lack of better words, is at your mercy. Text her after. She'll feel better about her decision to sleep with you and hold you in higher regard.
Who is this person that wrote the thing? Can you reach out to him for me and say
Hey, he says I don't want him first.
We're gonna fight over this person. Wow, must be some good advice.
I agree with everything he's saying. I mean, the sleeping with guys thing, it gets complicated, right? But I think that being authentic is what you want is true. Absolutely, I think that's the root of most issues in any, like, not necessarily like committed romantic relationship, any sort of relationship you have with people. It's not being upfront about what you actually want. Because if someone just tells me like, yeah, I just want to have sex tonight, like, then I can decide if I want to do that or not. That I don't feel like they're trying to pull the wool over my eyes or trying to trick me into it or play any games with me. So I think that it's super important to be upfront. However, this whole thing of like, oh, like women change after you have sex with them and blah, 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 like, no, it's like, I don't always expect to text the next day.
Oh, did he say women change after you have sex with them?
Or like he kind of implied that, like the dynamic changes, and she's at your mercy. Text her after, she'll feel better about her decision to sleep with you and hold you in higher regard. I mean, like, I guess a nice like courtesy text, like, oh, I had a nice time with you last night, like. But even like, if I'm under the impression that this is just sex, I'm like, I don't always want to hear from them the next day. If you're just like out having fun with your friends, like drunken sort of night, like I don't always want to hear from the person. Like, yeah, let's just leave it at that. Like, as long as you're not being an asshole. So I don't think that's necessarily the case. I feel like he's being a bit too general with that, but I do, agree with that if you want it to go further.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point.
About someone not texting the next day, then, and that's like, if you're gonna sleep with someone random, you can't expect anything from them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And like, that's okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very okay with like casual sex like that though. Like, I know maybe like some people want to text the next day and stuff like that. I don't know, but to me, that's just like giving too much of your emotional self to one person.
Yeah.
So quickly.
I agree with you on that point. If it's especially the person was like, you know, I just want to have sex, like, and then you're like, yeah, I kind of just want to have sex too. Okay, let's go. Like, yeah, I would forget. Like, I wouldn't be thinking about a text unless they texted me. Then I would be like, oh, okay, nice, I guess. Like, unless it was like a really needy, weird text. But if it was just like, great night last night.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay, cool, right? But not, again, I not expected.
Yeah. But if they did text, I would take that as like, oh, if they're texting me, then I feel like that means that they want to see me again and maybe take it further.
Not necessarily. Maybe they just want to confirm that they enjoyed it and like, maybe we can have sex down the road. Yeah. But again, I wouldn't. They wouldn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. But like, if they did it like 2 or 3 days later, and just said like, hey, it was great the other night. Mm-hmm. And then like down the road, message again, do it again. Like that's whatever. Like, but you can tell like when someone's just trying to be like, great vibes, and that's it. Versus someone who's like being like needy about it or like, clinging on. Mm-hmm. No one wants to feel suffocated. But if someone, like you said, when people try to like pull the wool over your eye, or like they try to like make it seem like they wanted more, like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then
it's like you don't need to do that to sleep with us.
No, exactly. You don't. You get a much better outcome if you are just honest. Yeah. Because like that's what we're like. Okay, someone can be direct, someone's honest. Like that type of person is who we prefer to sleep with. You know. Yeah,
exactly. Because you know what you're getting into.
And honesty and there's attraction. Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if someone is trying to say, like, say you were a little bit interested in someone, and it's like, and you'd be fine just to have sex with them if they had said it, but then they kind of, because maybe you've known them for a little bit or whatever, and they're trying to make it seem like they're putting other efforts in before they sleep with you, and like they're making it seem like they would want to be with you, or like date you or something, right? And then when they finally have sex with you, and then there's like no follow-up message, or there's no, and then it's just nothing. Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, like I don't care. Like there's so much other stuff in my life. Yeah. Much bigger than that. That's whatever, right? But it's like, don't ever call me again. Don't call me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the other person wouldn't have needed to do much, and if they call me again, I'd make my decision. Like, feeling like having sex. Okay. Like, thank you, because there's no drama, you're not feeling like confused mentally,
like there's mental games going on top of everything else that you have gone on in your life.
There's just no time for that, right? So but there are a lot of people do that, like they're trying to like make it seem like they want to put this other effort in and this and that.
It's like, we don't need that. If you want to have sex with us, like, we can just have a sexual relationship. We just want you to be clear. That's it. But it's this culture that's been created around like playing games and acting a certain way and all that stuff, right? Which is like,
but it's people who got no time, or people who got too much time that do that stuff. And I'm still not even like, I'm only just learning it now, like reading between the lines and stuff. I used to just be, I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening right now. I guess they don't like me because whatever, and then I just forget about them. I don't even know if I've been ghosted. I might have been, but I just forgot so much.
Like, I know, right? I feel like people put a lot of like investment into it, and like around being ghosted, take things very personally, and it's just like,
people are very mad about being ghosted sometimes. Like, I'm from the internet realizing they are very mad about it.
I don't necessarily agree with it in certain situations, but like, man, like I just don't feel as like bad about it, I guess, because I'm like, okay, they just don't care to talk to me, so why am I gonna put so much energy into caring? I don't know. It depends. It definitely depends on the relationship that you had with the person. For sure. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I just see some people getting very mad. Like, I don't agree with it. I don't necessarily think it's nice. But I think on my side of it, like, I don't ever try to ghost people. Someone who's crossed my boundaries after I said them and like disrespect me, then I'll just whatever, block, delete, you know, but I don't call that ghosting. If they've been rude to me. But there were a couple people. I looked at their message, I had to go do my research, look at my schedule, and then I just forgot that they even messaged me.
Yeah.
And I feel very badly about it. And then like 3 weeks later, I'm like, oops.
Well, like clearly
too late to message you.
Enough, so.
Yeah, I know. But even though I would have given them at least an answer.
Yeah. Well, that's the
thing.
But
I feel bad.
But I
just assume other people do that too. I assume other people forget.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I feel like I've probably unintentionally ghosted people. Or like people probably think that I'm playing more games than I am. Because I'm like, I've never like, you know, I feel like I've been pretty upfront about like who I am and all that stuff. But yeah, sometimes life just happens. Sometimes you accidentally ghost people, you know, it's just like things just happen. So I feel like, I've probably done that, but like if it's someone that you both do
have
like,
a lot on the go.
Yeah, if you had like just like spent minimal time with someone or have not been talking for very long, then someone ghosts, like who cares? You know, you don't know them. It doesn't matter. But if you had a relationship with them, or like it was pretty close to like
and you were being falling.
Yeah, and it was pretty close to being a committed relationship and stuff, and then you get ghosted, it's like, you know, just don't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like you do owe the person some sort of, you know, explanation. It doesn't have to be this big drama thing, but just being like, hey, I just decided this is not working for me, you know.
I guess that kind of happened to me.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't have that situation. You know, you always know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That happened to me. Oh my God. And they put so much investment in there. So I was like, I did not even see this person as someone who that I would be interested in at all. Right? They couldn't even look me in the eye.
Yeah.
And then whatever happened, you know, with the business, you know, trying to. And then one day they're messaging me saying, "Oh, you run, I run, blah blah blah. Can I come running with you?" Oh, you know, I run at weird times, like trying to avoid them, right? So I run at night on a path. And then he's like, "Oh, you know, I don't care. Like, you know, whenever you're going, whenever, like, I can come." And he follows me, he comes running with me.
Yeah.
And when we got to the path, I said, "No, I don't use a light. I like the challenge of running in a pitch black, dark path." Nothing deters. Like, this is me, right? Like, nothing deters these people, right? So we're running, right? And I'm like running down, like, can't see a thing.
Is this what you actually do though, or you were just saying this to him?
No, this is what happened. I'm telling you, this is what happened.
Yeah.
This is like facts right now.
Is that actually like how you run though? Like in pitch black?
Oh, in pitch black. No, I always wanted to. I'm like, that'd be fun. But like, you know, I was like too scared. But no, I was just kind of making it up.
Okay, gotcha.
And I might run at night, but I'd be on the roads and like, you know.
Yeah.
So anyways, he comes running with me and we go onto the dark path. And I got my headphones in, he got his headphones in. And we're running. I'm kind of like pretending like I'm not scared, you know. I'm like, yeah, this is what I do all the time.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of nervous, so I was like making sure you're okay. Making sure he was like close by.
Yeah.
But anyways, then we're running, we're getting into it. And I felt the vibration on the ground. I look back. He fell down. He tripped up. He went pump. I'm like, oh my God, this guy. Why is this making me more attractive?
Oh
like, at this point, I still wasn't like thinking about being attracted, but I was like impressed.
Yeah.
Him falling down, like, I don't know. But anyways, a little bit impressed, but at the same time, like, okay, I don't want him to do this again. I was still like, didn't want him to be calling me. So we ran around that trail like 2 or 3 times. Oh my God, guy's still following me. And so then I say, yeah, and I usually finish off the run by running downtown. So So you know my house. So we went from my house down to like,
oh my
god, Pippi Park area, and then ran around there, and then run downtown. Jeez. And I made him run. So I was running all down Water Street and back up again, and then had to run all the way back home. And he was far, far behind me, and he has asthma, and I don't think I understood what like asthma really is. Like, you know, those kids always had asthma. I just thought
those asthma
they
kids.
Were making the asthma kids. Well, they just made it up.
For those kids who had asthma.
Certain people, like for some reason in school, the asthma kids always had more than just asthma. Like they always had a problem, no matter what we were doing. Like, can you stop? So you almost thought they were making it up. And also, no one ever died. No one ever. It's just like when I'm running, I run out of breath too. So I never saw someone have like a full on asthma. I just knew that they just had their puffers. They went, and then, you know, good to go. So I didn't know what asthma really was.
Nobody ever died.
No one ever died. Yeah, it wasn't until Simon's friend was here and like I started realizing what asthma really does to you.
Yeah.
And then how serious it is serious, but I didn't know it was serious like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just thought you need a puffer, but I didn't know like it was bad. Mm-hmm. So anyways, and he's running. He's so far behind me, but he's still running. Sometimes I slow down and like kind of wait for him. And we'd make it home. He's like, okay, so let me know next time we're going running. Let's do it again. But I'm just, like, he wanted to go again the next day. I'm like, well, yeah, but he also wanted to Netflix and chill. I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. I got stuff to do. But if you want, you know, if you want to go for a run, you can run with me.
Yeah.
So then that's what we always did. I always made him run everywhere. But the thing was, when he would run with me, I would do so much better with my running. But I had to pretend that I didn't like it.
Right.
But, or that I didn't care, or that I'd rather run alone. But it's like, I started liking it, and it was sad when he wouldn't run with me no more because I sucked at running. Oh, I mean, I still would run, but like I could not do near as well.
Yeah.
Without him behind me for some reason. And eventually, when we'd run on the trail, he would turn on his light because he didn't want to trip up anymore. And it was kind of nice. He'd hold his light. It was like this weird like running situation, but I liked it. And then with the Netflix and chill thing, eventually I was like, fine. Like, how about next Saturday? It was like a week from the time he had asked. And then, so that started happening. And eventually, he started using his hands on me. and it was pretty good, but he wasn't trying to have sex with me, right? Which was nice, like in a way, like okay, let's go slow. But at the same time, it was a little bit abnormal from what I was used to people doing. And I thought that I thought my theory in my mind was that this was a transgender person, that they did not have a penis and were afraid to tell me.
Yeah.
Like that was the story in my mind.
I remember you saying that, I think.
But then by, you know, Christmas was coming, and you know, I was sick. And I had to take these pills, but at the same time every day, and I'm horrible at that stuff. But like, it's my responsibility, and if I miss them, that's my fault, right? I would never be like, hey Beth, can you make sure I'm taking my pills? Well, maybe I would do that to you, but like,
yeah, maybe.
But like, you know, I don't think about that. I'm like, this is my responsibility. This is me, and I don't ever think about, especially like a guy calling a guy like, hey, can you help me? But anyways, he took it upon himself to time my pills for me. Okay. Like, I was just like, that's weird and cringe, but that was my old self. And I said to myself, other people are in these like healthy relationships where, you know, they allow someone to do something for them. So like, just change up yourself a little bit. Instead of having that reaction of being weirded out, just try to embrace it.
Yeah.
So I embraced it. I chose to embrace it. Okay.
Yeah.
I chose this. Yeah. My initial reaction was cringe, weird, no.
Yeah.
But But I was like, no, let's change this. Someone's trying to be nice. Don't make them feel weird about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that happened, and then helped me with my tree, and taking pictures for me, putting up the tree, and whatever. Always help me do stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually had sex, and no issues, no problem. Nice.
Yeah.
So that was all good. And then like whenever they leave, like, so I'm gonna leave now. But like you could tell it was like trying not to leave, and like they didn't want to be a dick, right?
Yeah.
They were like trying extra hard not to.
Yeah.
So I was like, so is there anything you need from me, like as a man, before I leave? And it was just also funny to me.
Manly
like
things you need from me before I go?
Yeah, I was like, like no, but like, okay, maybe a hug. Like, someone's like, fucking goodbye. But this whole situation, like, I started liking it. Yeah. And like that was a lot of effort on their part, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot more inside of that they were doing. And then all of a sudden, bam, no more runs. They didn't want to run with me no more. I'm going to the gym now. Cool.
But it's like, why did you put in all the effort?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. I didn't ask you to do those things.
Yeah. And then it just became distant and stuff. And I just thought, it's not that they never talked to me, but I mean, just all that kind of other stuff stopped, and it was like I could tell, like, because originally they were the one that was messaging me, and I was like, right. And eventually I was like, they're a really nice person. They're always messaging me. I should, make them feel wanted. Maybe I'll ask them to Netflix and chill, because I told them I don't Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
I don't Netflix and chill, but let me ask you to Netflix.
I'm not a Netflix and chill type of girl.
Yeah. But I asked them. But it was like, I feel like from that moment on, it was like, no, like, let's put some distance here. I feel like, I'm like, I was only trying to be nice. I was trying to make you feel appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
It's a real life example of the effect that has on someone, Yes. It's like, we don't ask you to do that.
No. So. But now I don't know if I don't think that sex with that person ever crossed my mind. Would have ever crossed my mind if they hadn't done that. To be honest. Because big, fairly hefty age difference. Yeah. And again, they just would not even look me in the eye. Like, I just didn't, like, it wasn't on my radar to think that they were thinking about that.
Yeah.
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 But it was nice while it lasted. It was nice.
Yeah.
They were just so nice to me.
Yeah.
I used to always say, like, oh, you're so nice. Why are you being so nice? They're like, this is not even, like, what do you mean? Why do you think it's so nice? This is normal. I'm like, babe, I don't know. They even, like, one day, like, they like stayed the night. I wasn't even into that kind of a thing, but they wanted to stay the night.
Yeah.
And then
you want to? Okay.
Oh, whatever. Because I felt safe and comfortable with this person. Like, I was feeling secure. Whatever. They were good. They were good at this.
Yeah.
And then they just got up, and I'm like, I'm hungry, and I wanted to order food. Couldn't find the food that I wanted to order, and they went through my messy old cupboards and found ingredients to make me pancakes. He made me a massive stack of pancakes, and like some for the next day, some for the kids.
Oh my god!
Like, man, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
And it's almost excited about stuff he's doing. Okay, I'm sorry. I got off track with this whole thing.
Okay.
I'm processing. I'm still processing. Okay, let's go. What was the topic again?
Okay, we can move on to number 5.
Yes.
Hey, Ian.
That can be a Patreon story.
Ian?
We'll cut that out.
Ian? Are you asleep? Are you asleep?
Kind of.
Sky Nation didn't come.
I was listening to music. I'm just kind of meditating a bit, I guess.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if you'd get me an edible.
Yeah, do that.
Sorry, Megan. Edible break.
Oh, that's I want an edible.
Whatever. Like just whatever you want.
A surprise.
Because Megan, there were 24 candies for $50.
Reach in. It's a surprise.
So
wait, what?
I got 24 candies for $50. Nice. At the weed store.
Usually 24 candies?
Oh, you're gross. They're usually 5 for $30.
What?
They're usually 5 for $30. So $6 each, but they're on for
and you got
24 for $50.
24 for $50.
They were on for 12 for $30.
Oh my god,
or
that's awesome.
24 for $50. Yeah.
Wow, that's deadly.
I know. So we're sort of like $2 a candy. So
yeah,
you can have one too if you want, or half one. There's also some cowies too.
I'll do a chowie.
Okay. All right. Wait now. Let me eat this first.
We can definitely, like you said, make this a little series.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that that this is being recorded. I'm like leaning in, like eating popcorn like this.
I know. I realized I was moving and fidgeting so much and like playing with my hair, and I'm like, that stop. We'll edit this little section out.
Yes.
They're not very good though.
They're not? Oh, that sucks.
Don't eat it, but it's only one candy, so like whatever. Okay, ready for number 5?
Yeah, I'm ready for number 5.
I also love seeing like your popcorn go down. Like when you start with like a bowl full of popcorn, and then like now you're getting close to the end.